Now our next speaker is the chairperson of Albanian Competition Authority, Professor Juliana LATIFI. Professor LATIFI was elected as the chairperson of the Competition Authority in 2016. She has an extensive academic background as a professor of private law and commercial law, including the author of a number of books and scientific articles, both in Albania and internationally. Professor LATIFI has held the position of Dean of the Faculty of Business Law at Tirana Business University. Having a long career in the Albanian public administration, the previous 3 years as the legal advisor to the parliamentary group of the Socialist Party, Mrs. LATIFI also led one of the working groups within the legal reform in Albania in the framework of the approximation of Albanian legislation with that of the EU. Madam Chair, the floor is yours.
Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to join in this forum, and thank you very much from the President Kule that created the possibility to be part of this forum. I'm bringing the Albania experience and competition issues in digital economy. The Albanian government approved a digital agenda cross-cutting strategy for the period 2050 up to 2022. There are three main focus points of this strategy. The first, to promote the electronic services for citizens, business and administration with aims of open government partnership. Secondly, to use the ICT in education to overcome the digital gap and to educate the youth. In this way, job creation will be promoted for young people who can be employed in Albania, region, and wide markets. Thirdly, to consolidate the digital infrastructure across the territory of the Albania, respecting the principle of free and effective competition in the market. During the last 10 years, a necessary legal framework has been adopted in order to provide an appropriate environment for business communication, to promote the growth of broadband infrastructure, to promote the improvement and delivery of electronic services for business and individual in the framework of e-government. Today, the competition issues in the digital economy are present not only in the big economy, but also in the small economy, like Albania economy. I want to bring our experience during these years that the Albania Competition Authority has faced with the issue related to the digital economy, and there are the three sectors market. The first is the banking sectors. An investigation was launched in the banking sector in 2018 and closed in the November of this year, so 2020. From the analysis made in this sector, the Competition Authority concluded that the service market in Albania has the characteristics of market with monopolistic competitions, with stable market share in terms of loan and deposit portfolio. The market is mature, with no barriers to entry, but no new entrants in the market, transparent and homogeneous product. Banks have provided a long-term relationship through the provisions of related products and using loyalty of the consumers to the bank. Providing services through plastic card and e-banking platform has brought competitive advantages for banks, which invest in expanding the technical infrastructure, especially ATM and POS, by offering competitive rates for online transaction through the use of plastic cards and e-banking. The analysis conclude that the bank do not apply transaction fee for service through this platform, or where applicable, these fees are lower than the fee applies at the bank premises. The use of electronic platforms has brought benefit to the consumers in the term of geographical expansions of providing banking services in areas not covered by traditional banking services. Transactions are performed quickly and with low cost. Consumers save time. However, the use of banking platform is a challenge for banks in Albania, which in their expansions policy should take initiative for financial education of consumers on the advantages of using electronic platform, create more automated financial ground, and less depending on physical cash. The measure taken by the government for the situation created by the COVID-19 virus significantly increased the use of e-banking platform and their download on mobile service. This is our experience this year in the banking sector. Another market is under investigation during 2020 is the mobile telecommunication market. Albania has over 75% of the internet user population and more than 95% of enterprises that have internet access. The National Broadband Development Plan has defined it as a vision of the progress of infrastructure and broadband service across the country to gain access to electronic service in various fields such as e-health, e-education, e-commerce, government, promoting the country's economy and social development. In Albania, in relation to mobile broadband, there are 3 mobile operators that offer 3G and 4G internet services. 5G technology is the next step to offer better quality internet to consumers. And based on the decision of the Competition Commission that is closed in August of this year, on the closure of the preliminary investigation procedure in the retail market of mobile service, the approval of binding commitment in the form of condition and the obligation for the company that operate in this field, Vodafone Albania, Telecom Albania, and Daltok Telecom, operators have made commitment in the context of increasing the possibility of access and more internet data on the mobile. And the third market that was analyzed and under investigation for 2 years, and the decision, we took the decision this year, in the insurance market. The insurance market also presents issues related to the digital economy and data exchange, such as the purchase of an insurance policy through application, of exchange of information, and the sale of policy through the integrated systems. The market of compulsory insurance of means of transport has been the object of continuous monitoring and investigations for restrictions of competition, where there have been sanctions against companies that have violated the law on protection of competition, as well recommendations were given to the Financial Supervisor Authority to increase competition in this market. Through the decision that the competition decision took in November, requires from the insurance company to apply the conditions and obligation in order that the exchange information, the realization of the joint calculation, table quality, as well joint study does not serve anti-competitive purpose. Furthermore, parties are forbidden to give information about any elements which may serve to damage competition in the market, and the company that manages the system is prohibited from using algorithms which can predetermine sales and market shares. I bring in your attention 3 cases that we succeed to close this year, and what is most important, the growing importance of the digital economy requests that the competition authority to devote more and more of their time to high-tech technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair, for your valuable contribution, which included a good compilation of Albanian cases.